From the smallest reconnaissance tanks to the heaviest armored giants ever constructed, this is the complete catalog of the German Wehrmacht's armored vehicles in World War II. Let's begin with the light tanks. Light tanks. Panzer I, Germany's first mass-produced tank. Weighing just over 5 tons and armed only with twin machine guns, it was meant for training but went to war due to urgency. It formed a major part of the armored forces in Poland and France, despite its thin armor and limited firepower. Panzer II, developed as a stopgap while better tanks were being designed. Armed with a 20mm autocannon, it offered improved mobility and served widely during the early Blitzkrieg campaigns. Its radio equipment gave German crews superior coordination on the battlefield. Panzer II Luchs, a late-war reconnaissance tank with a redesigned chassis, overlapping road wheels, and high mobility. It reached speeds up to 60 kilometers per hour and was used to scout ahead of armored units where speed mattered more than armor. Panzer 35T, a Czech-built tank adopted after the occupation of Czechoslovakia. It featured pneumatic systems and a 37mm gun. Although mechanically sensitive, it served in Poland and France and helped fill early production gaps. Panzer 38T, another Czech design that impressed German engineers. Reliable and easy to maintain, armed with a 37mm gun, it served heavily in the early war years. When it could no longer compete as a tank, its chassis became the foundation for several successful tank destroyers. Medium tanks. Panzer III early variants OSF. AF, designed as Germany's main anti-tank platform. Early models mounted a 37mm gun, later upgraded to 50mm. It introduced excellent crew ergonomics with a 3-man turret, setting a standard for efficiency in German armor doctrine. Panzer III late variants OSF. JN, upgraded to face stronger enemy armor. The long-barreled 50mm gun improved penetration, while the final end model carried a short 75mm gun for infantry support. Though overshadowed later, Panzer III remained in service until the end of the war. Panzer IV short-barrel OSF. AF1, initially built as a support tank with a short 75mm howitzer intended for destroying bunkers and infantry positions. Effective against soft targets, but struggled against well-armored enemy tanks encountered in 1941. Panzer IV long barrel OSF. F2J, redesigned after encountering the Soviet T-34. Fitted with the long 75mm gun, it became Germany's most produced tank. With reliable mechanics and strong firepower, it remained a core vehicle across all front from 1942 onward. Panther, Panzer V, Germany's response to the T-34. Weighing about 45 tons, the Panther combined sloped armor with a high-velocity 75mm gun that surpassed many larger weapons in penetration. Considered one of the best medium tanks of the war despite early mechanical failures. Heavy tanks. Tiger I, one of the most iconic tanks ever made. Armed with a powerful 88mm gun and protected by thick armor, the Tiger dominated early encounters. Its long-range accuracy allowed it to destroy Allied tanks before they could return fire, though it required constant maintenance. Tiger II, King Tiger, a heavier evolution combining the Tiger's firepower with Panther-style sloped armor. Its long-barreled 88mm gun could defeat nearly any enemy tank at extreme distances. Extremely powerful, but mechanically fragile and limited by fuel shortages. Tank destroyers. Panzerjäger I, Germany's first self-propelled anti-tank vehicle. A Czech 47mm gun mounted on a Panzer I chassis. Thin armor and an open top made it vulnerable, but proved the viability of mobile anti-tank platforms. Marder II. Using the Panzer II chassis, this vehicle carried the 75mm PaK-40 anti-tank gun. It provided vital long-range firepower during mid-war battles, especially on the Eastern Front where mobility was essential. Marder III. Built on the reliable 38T chassis. It was produced in large numbers and equipped either with captured Soviet guns or the German PaK-40. It became one of the most widespread German tank destroyers during 1942 to 43. Hetzer, Jagdpanzer 38. A compact and effective tank destroyer with sharply sloped armor and a powerful 75mm gun. Its low silhouette made it excellent for ambush tactics, and its mechanical reliability made it a late-war favorite. Stu-G-3 Short Barrel. Originally designed as an assault gun to support infantry with high explosive fire. Its low profile and simplicity made it easy to produce and effective in close combat roles. Stu-G-3 Long Barrel. Later upgraded with a high-velocity 75mm gun. This variant became the single most effective tank killer in the German arsenal, destroying more enemy armor than the Tiger and Panther combined. Stu-G-4. A Stu-G-style superstructure mounted on the Panzer IV chassis. Developed to maintain production efficiency, it offered similar firepower and filled the gap when Panzer III production ended. Jagdpanzer IV. A low-profile, well-armored tank destroyer using the Panzer IV chassis. Late versions mounted the Panther's long 75mm gun, making them extremely dangerous at typical combat ranges. Nashorn. A lightly armored vehicle carrying the long-barreled 88mm gun. Designed to fight from long distances, its firepower was exceptional, but it relied on careful positioning due to its vulnerabilities. Jagdpanther. One of the best tank destroyers of World War II. Built on the Panther chassis with the powerful 88mm gun, it combined mobility, armor, and firepower into a highly effective package. Ferdinand/Elephant. Mounted on an used Porsche Tiger chassis. With extremely thick armor and a powerful 88mm gun, it performed well at long ranges but suffered from mechanical issues and initially lacked close defense weaponry. Jagdtiger. The heaviest operational armored fighting vehicle of the war. Weighing over 70 tons and armed with a massive 128mm gun, it could destroy any Allied tank at long range. Its extreme weight caused frequent mechanical failures. Self-Propelled Artillery. Panzer I Bison. A 150mm infantry gun mounted on a Panzer I chassis. Difficult to handle due to weight and recoil, but effective for delivering heavy firepower early in the war. Wesp. A mobile artillery vehicle equipped with a 105mm howitzer on the Panzer II chassis. Light and flexible, it supported armored divisions with rapid, indirect fire. Hummel. A heavy self-propelled howitzer carrying a 150mm gun, using a chassis combining parts of the Panzer III and IV. It provided long-range artillery support for armored corps. Sturmtiger. A specialized urban assault vehicle built on a Tiger I chassis, mounting a massive 380mm rocket-assisted mortar, designed for destroying fortified buildings in close-range combat. Flak Panzers. Flak Panzer I. A Panzer I adapted to mount a 20mm anti-aircraft gun. Lightly armored and unstable, but used when mobile air defense was urgently needed. Wirbelwind. A Panzer IV chassis with an open-top turret holding 4 20mm cannons. Extremely effective against low-flying aircraft and infantry. Ostwind. A variant with a single 37mm gun offering greater range and impact than the Wirbelwind. Produced in limited numbers. Coelian. A proposed Panther-based anti-aircraft tank with a fully enclosed turret and twin 37mm guns. Never entered mass production, but represented late-war AA concepts. Logistics and support. SD. KFZ. 251 half-track. The standard armored troop carrier of German mechanized infantry. Highly versatile with dozens of variants for engineering, communications, anti-tank, and medical roles. SD. KFZ. 234 Puma. An advanced 8-wheeled armored car equipped with a 50mm gun. Fast, well-protected, and ideal for reconnaissance, featuring dual driver positions for rapid withdrawal. Kübelwagen. A lightweight utility car designed by Ferdinand Porsche. Not four-wheel drive like the Jeep, but simple mechanics and low weight made it highly adaptable. Schwimmwagen. An amphibious version of the Kübelwagen with a propeller and boat-shaped hull. the most widely produced amphibious car in history. Wonder weapons and prototypes. Maus, the heaviest tank ever constructed, weighing nearly 190 tons and armed with 128 millimeters and 75 millimeters guns, it was a moving fortress. Only prototypes were completed before the war ended. E-100, part of an effort to standardize next-generation armored vehicles. Designed as a super-heavy tank rival to the Maus, its hull was completed, but it never reached operational status. Landkreuzer P.1000 a proposed 1,000-ton land battleship mounting naval artillery, never advanced beyond concept drawings, but it symbolizes the extreme direction of German late-war engineering.